Beat Making Basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave something in the comment section. I do respond to all my comments the best I can. But without further ado, let's jump into today's content. What we're going to be doing is talking about how to make a future type beat. All right, I got a future type beat. It's hard, it's sick, all that good stuff, and I wanted to break it down for y'all on this channel. So I'm gonna let y'all hear like the intro, the hook, and a little bit of the verse, and then I'm gonna break down like the different elements and why I chose to use them, the different sounds and everything like that. So let's go ahead and check this beat out. All right. That's about enough of that, man. Let's go ahead and jump into the breakdown of this beat. First things first, let's look at the actual melody here and break that down. So first off, I have this poly lead that I pretty much got from Octave Deluxe. It's a plugin that you can get, and it's pretty hard, man. This is what I'm using for the hook. This is like the hook sound. So check this out. This is what it sounds like. Nothing too crazy, man. You know, just about really 3 notes, playing them over and over and over again. That's actually how I started the beat. Did that, and then I started adding to it. As you can see over here, I took a little bit of the low end out, and also I put a little bit of a reverb. Okay, I have this Valhalla room on here, took it down here, just so you have a little bit of reverb, but not too much. I feel like it really added to it. So that's part of the hook. And then this is the rest of everything else. So then I came over here and started making this water synth sound. Pretty simple. Just every, you know what I'm saying, every measure played that note. Then I have this Deftone sound, and this is kind of like every other note. And from there, I have this other sound right here. It's a machine synth. As you can see here, I have a whole lot of simple things that I just did to add to the beat and kind of bring it up to life. Then we got this swamp lead sound, and this is really, honestly, pretty much the gist of the beat. This is pretty much playing throughout almost the whole beat. All right, so pretty dope, but let's just bring it all together, and then you can hear how everything rolls together. This is pretty much everything without the hook sound. All right, so we got that vibe going, and then when you add the hook sound, this is that. All right, so what other things that I did as far as the melody is I added this bell sound. Bells, man, like you can't go wrong with the bell. You know what I'm saying? Just put it at the very beginning of the hook, and this is how it sounds coming in. Just adds that seriousness and that vibe that you need on a future type beat. So Now that we talked about the melody, let's go over here to the drums. All right. So first off, let's go ahead and, we got some basic things. This clap. Pretty simple. Then I have a snare that I brought in here. And the crazy thing when it comes to the snare is I actually played it all the way through. I kind of did this pattern like this. Let me see here. Anyway, I did this pattern all the way through, and then I had to just take out certain notes because I felt like it was too repetitive. So that's what I did on the snare. Just listen to it, see what I can do on that. And then for the hi-hat, I actually used the step sequencer. And as you can see here, it's 64 steps. So I have different variations on each little part. So like for instance, on this part, it's pretty much going all the way through, just a basic hi-hat. And then right here, I sped it up right here, sped it up right there. And then on this second part of the hook, I did a little something different. Like at the end right here, I added little variations here and did a little note repeat. And this is what the hi-hat sounds like. So that was cool as it was, but I felt like the hi-hat just needed a little bit extra just to, make it a little more full. So I added this. Pretty much what I did is I just came over to the keyboard and I just rolled it down like, every other one. So that's kind of what you get. And after I did that, I highlighted everything, Command A, and then I came over here and I basically quantized it with triplets, 1/48. All right, that's what I did for the hi-hats. And then I was like, well, the hi-hats are cool, but I still need something extra to, really make it a little bit more fuller. So I added this open hi-hat. All right, so we got the snare, the clap, the hi-hats, and then what I also did is I added this dope kick pattern, and I really kept it simple. And as you can see here, even with the like I did with the hi-hats, or the snare, excuse me, I played a little extra, playing around with some things, and I figured out that, hey, I want to keep it simple, so I muted this part out. And the last thing here on the drums was this silly, crazy 808 vibe right here. Put it all together, this is pretty much how the hook sounds when you bring it all together. All right, cool. So just to add a little variation, what I did, obviously during the verses, I took out this poly lead synth. And but what I wanted to do to get a little variation is I added this danger synth. Okay, this danger synth, just to mix it up, just so it's not so repetitive. I added this in, so this is how it sounds. Pretty simple. Actually, without this reverb on it, it sounds pretty bare. So just by adding that reverb, it really helped bring that out, in the beat. And this is what it sounds like actually in the beat. All right. Overall, that's pretty much what I did to do this beat. The only other thing I did do, which I will go ahead and reveal to you all, is I came over here to the stereo out and I put this remix effect on there. And when I did that, I was able to come up with a couple of different cool little effects as the beat's playing. So I'll play from here. You'll see how I do a little effect right here. And you also see how I do a little tape stop effect right here. So let's just listen to it. So did a little stuff like that into the beat. But yeah, that's pretty much how I made a future type beat. This beat is actually going to be for sale, or you can just listen to it. It's on my site, ukiahbeats.com. Without further ado, man, until the next one, appreciate y'all watching, and we're out.